Okay. Ugh. Oh shit. I just seen what the fuck I missed. Alright, right now. I forgot about that. Hey! There we go. See, I'm always starting. Like, when I'm not even ready. Still. Alright, but what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Custom Psycho, and welcome back to the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, excuse me. And it says I need to enter the current time again. 2:01. Hang on. Before we get started, can I just say something? Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you booted up the game. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock set at that and call it a day. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. That's how I know that you care about this experience you're playing, or you're paying attention. I don't even have any way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see this screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whatever time you want, even if it's not correct time. You've earned it. Alright, I'll let you get back to the video game now. What the fuck? Alright. I mean, I really do care about the game. I like the game. So, fuck yeah, let's get in it. Yeah, that's just the opening sequence. Welcome back. Cool, I got the achievement.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I don't know. Should we do some of the old ones? I heard that they changed up some of the old ones too.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Now they got a fucking neon sign, dude. The more they add to this tour, the more...
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Okay. Let's try it. Let's see what you got to show me, bud. Also, while that's happening... Sure that was up. Okay. Okay.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark. and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
Whoa!
Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
Bro.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Dude, this is... Honestly, I would love if you guys did do this. Fuck yes.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
I just realized, is that a fucking tank right there? What is that? I mean, does it not look like a fucking tank just sitting there with a giant gun on it? It's fucking weird. Photos of the shit y'all been working on there. I'm going into the head office. Let's go. I don't know what the fuck's happening. I was just gonna go down this way and take the other way instead of the vent last time. What the? Who's logged in? How do I zoom in? I wanna zoom in. I really wish I could zoom in. There's like 2 people that have like logins there. Also, sorry if you guys can hear my fan. It is super hot in this motherfucker, so... I mean, I have my AC on and shit, but... Ugh. I might have to buy me another AC. It is just straight hot. And I know the summertime's gonna be even hotter. So yeah, I'm gonna need to buy me another one before the summertime hits. Bro, what? What?
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Scrum, design, pitch, break, pitch, design, number 2 chat. What the fuck? Ears, nostrils. Wait, 4 ears? Oh no, that's eyes, excuse me. I'm fucking... God, I don't know why my mind just immediately thought that said ears whenever I read the first one. Okay, eyes, ears, nostrils, arms, legs. Question mark, really? You need a fucking body. Who took the red marker? Me. Damn. Sequels are good. Portal 2, Half-Life 2, Batman Arkham Asylum 2, City. Divinity, Original Sin 2, Doom 2, Aladdin 2, Return of Jafar, Dark Souls 2. Okay, I can only say the first 2 are really the best sequels. I've never played the Batman series, so I wouldn't know if that one was good, so I'll leave that one at neutral. And the rest of it just sounds terrible. Dark Souls 2 was definitely terrible. That game only needed 1. And then just expansions like this. That way you could keep people playing your original game, because that game really did not need a whole new game. Honestly, I think this game would have been just good if it was just DLC content instead of a whole new game, but this one's actually more worth the amount that you pay for. I mean, because technically you are purchasing it like it's like it is a DLC, because it wasn't really expensive. But
Here we
you do
are.
have to
Go
re-download
on, try out some of the
whole
new
game
features.
and all of the new features. This, I'm not gonna lie, this looks pretty cool. Stanley Parable 2 Reassurance Bucket. Bruh. Merch? Yo. Yeah. Yo, there's a QR code up there. What the fuck? Is it QR or QRF? That's weird. Fucking weird little code that I'd never used, so. New features, new content, new game. Nice. I kind of like the way that one looks. That'd be cool for a poster. Office decorations. Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. What? I want that. The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Watch it just say Stanley.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be
Too big,
individually
too
recognized
small.
and validated
Just right,
as people.
fucking Goldilocks.
So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
It kinda is. I mean, if you actually got my name right, then yeah.
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Nah. Could I walk away? Let's see what happens if I just walk away. No? Can't do nothing. Alright. I guess I gotta press it. Damn. Trying to see if I could abandon these things.
Jim.
Yes, you see? What a thrill, what a rush. That was you. The button described you. Do it again, do it again.
Jim.
Ooh, it hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Jim.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all
Jim.
sense of who you
Jim.
actually
Jim.
are.
Jim.
Fuck. I was gonna just keep pressing it. The fucking shit. That's fucking great.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2.
Jim
That
in
would
the
actually
game.
save me the work of finishing this
What
feature.
the fuck? I wonder if there's anyone that's actually named Jim that went in there and heard that and was like, yo, great. I mean, anyone named James could be named Jim too, because it's like a nickname for James. Button that says your name, jump circle, infinity hole? Or the infinite hole? Fuck that, I want the bucket first. Wait, what is this? Please, no screenshots. It's office decorations. I want to see the bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I am happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body.
I have a
And in
fucking
fact,
bucket.
Can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
I could take the bucket with me. I will take the bucket with me.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
I can't even let go of it. Could I put it back in there? I wonder if I could put it back in there. Nope. I guess I got a bucket today, guys. Alright, so I guess we're going in here.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Happy 12th birthday. I think that one would be better. Oh shit, oh. Oh, this one.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is.
Alright. I mean, it is a pretty plain and, you know, office-style looking balloon versus this one, which for some reason says Stepniece on it.
Or actually,
the pictures changed.
maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Can I push the other button?
Come now, you've already made your choice. It's true that you chose badly, but we all have to move on from our mistakes.
What? Can I stand here and he just keeps talking? Please? Walk over here, then walk back in there. No? Doesn't say anything. Damn. this way. Ah, the jump circle. I have no more jumps.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
Oof. Yeah. Free new and easy achievement. What the fuck? It just works? Get it here? What? There's also some shit on top of the overpass here. Settings world champion. What the fuck? Yo, there is so much in this room. It just says that's new in there. I kind of want to do the achievement first. Let's do the achievement. Achievement first, and we'll see what's up. This motherfucker. Pull the lever, receive your new achievement. No more steps, really.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes, you see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement... Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Well, that's kind of lame. I have this special bucket, though. What a terrible add-on.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
There is so much in this goddamn room. Expo hall. You are here. Jump circle this map. That's funny. Free achievement. Button that says your name, merch, settings, world champion. The Stanley Parable Reassurance bucket, office decorations, Epilogue. What? I'm guessing that's what's inside the door up there. Collectibles, A9. Oh, that's in there. Infinite hole, where's K? Oh, that's back there. Collectibles, and I'm guessing the Epilogue is up there, and then the world settings. So let's go to the settings, and then we'll do that, then the Epilogue. Let's see what's up here. Really? You have it, but don't allow it. Nice. I don't know what that does. Content warnings end. An option to skip sections if the game that deal with suicide, trauma, and mental health issues. Oof. There is some serious shit in this game. What the fuck? Wait, but didn't it let me change the... I guess it doesn't. The game has lied to me. The game has lied to me. Collectibles. Here we go. What's over here? The fuck is E? That's the exit. Oh. So that's where I need to go to leave. Weird. Elevators are blocked off, I can see.
Collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
But I can't see shit in here. I can walk further. Oh, this looks so creepy. Ha! I'm not gonna lie, that's a cool little thing. Collect them all.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
I actually wonder if there's any more around. Could the big one be considered as one? Put that shit in my pocket. Okay, so infinite hole. Here we go. Do they really
Stanley,
have a hole?
here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
But how is that gonna affect the game? Like, will that make me have to restart and all of this is gone? I don't want that. Fuck! That makes me not want to go in there because there's more to discover. Because if I really do fall for infinite time and then I have to end the game to restart it, that's fucking stupid. Let's go to the new shit upstairs. Let's go to the epilogue. Then we'll hit that hole. Because all that will be left is the exit anyways. Epilogue. What the fuck?
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it would go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Really? Really, that's all you have? That's all you have for me is just, oh, we'll figure it out later. Fuck you. Is this door open up here? Probably not. Fucking shit. Alright, time to fall down the infinite hole. Let's see what happens. Cause all that's left now is to leave, but falling down the infinite hole is fucking weird. That honestly looks terrifying. Damn, I thought they'd have like a collectible back here again. I wonder if they really have the collectibles all over the place. Ain't fuck it.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Oh.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Why?
Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually... Don't you put this on me! Maybe you're the problem! Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Kinda wanna see if I wait and he'll say some more stuff. I wanna see. Meeting at 2 p.m. Every pause button is a Roman numeral to... Yeah! I can't read that. Just the two of us. We can rule it if we try. Just the two of us. Give the... something, just the two of us. You and I, just the two of us. Yeah. I think that might be the just the two of us song. Looks like someone's been spending a lot of time down here, though.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
I mean, you don't have much left. Like, what is there left to do? I just gotta go to the exit now. There ain't nothing left. The achievement don't work. The jump circle's out of jumps. The epilogue isn't even thought of yet. The collectibles don't even seem like they're all out yet. The merch store won't even let me buy anything. The reassurance bucket and the button that just says gym. I mean, the button that just says gym is a little annoying. I mean, you could have just tried to make us, like, type our name in and then you could have... Nah. Nah, I'm just fucking with you on that. All of this is pretty funny, though. It's all incomplete ideas.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
I have the bucket, so this is about all I needed.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Yo, this is already amazing. This title screen looks lit as fuck. Whoa, that's fucking with my mind. Oh, that's so weird. Alright. Let's try it out.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
See if this changed at all.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was
Balloons everywhere.
employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his
Honestly,
desk
I
for
would
nearly an hour
consider this
when he
as the Stanley
realized that not
Parable 2, and
one
it's just
single
fucking awesome.
order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
I wonder if it would...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yo!
Stanley
My
picked
bucket!
up the bucket.
My bucket. My fuck it bucket. Fuck your computer. Wait. Those are two different computers. Nice.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Fuck it.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh, no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
You heard him. I remember the first day I met this bucket. All right?
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go. There. Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
That's fucking great.
All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see? I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket. There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
Is there any more stickers you got? Come on,
You
man.
know what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in.
I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
Any more dialogue? No? I mean, this man worked hard for all of this dialogue, man. He spent hours in that recording room for this shit. I want to make sure I get the full experience of all the dialogue. Alright.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Wait, the bucket can walk? Let's go to the executive bathroom.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Because the boss knows that what the boss says goes. If the bosses suffered losses, then that's what the boss chose. Oh, dude, the rhyme scheme. It's a nice rhyme scheme. Can't go to the elevator? Well, fuck you, damn it. I wanted to do the elevator.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
I knew it was 2-8 something, 4 or 5 or 5-4. I couldn't remember which. No! There was a collectible. I didn't think it would be there.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
I can go back up. Yes.
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again. The bucket said nothing.
Oh. What? Ah, but see, the collectible ain't here no more.
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and... Wow, he said. The number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life. Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him? Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator.
Is he gonna show up again?
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly. A hint of
Go back
regret
up?
nagged in the back of Stanley's mind. Should he demonstrate the number 3 for the bucket? Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
I kind of want to go up again. I wonder if this has a different ending. I know some of the regular endings have got like, they like changed them up a little bit. So...
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
The bucket will be free. The bucket is love. The bucket is life. The bucket will be free.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter, his one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust
He's
no
got a
one
whole narrative
except
arc for
for
the
the
bucket,
bucket.
yeah. That is so fucking great. He's got a whole narrative arc for the bucket.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Oh my god, I can press the buttons. Fuck it. Damn, that's a big ass screen.
When at last they came to the source of the room's power, Stanley and the bucket knew it was their obligation to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
What happened?
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and... What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty. until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket.
Oh,
Would go
shit.
any lengths not to part with the bucket. No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
What the fuck? God, that's trippy. Okay. Well then.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Figurine Finders Committee meeting today. Yo. In the meeting room. Yo. Yo, my
Stanley
bucket.
lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
My bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
See how much dialogue he has just me staying in this room.
Truly, being here with the bucket was a grand adventure. Stanley reflected on all they'd been through together. First, walking through the door on the right. Then walking to the lounge. Then arriving at the lounge. What a thrilling journey the bucket had inspired. Perhaps this was where the bucket felt most truly at home. Here in the employee lounge. Perhaps it's the only place a bucket can even feel at home.
Fucking shit.
Stanley decided to just give the bucket absolutely as much time as it needed to be in the lounge. Clearly, the bucket and the employee lounge shared a special connection.
Huh. So I guess it's not gonna say nothing else? Okay. Let us go down.
But finally, the bucket was done being in the lounge, and they took the first open door on their left to get back to business.
Yo, is that an elevator? Bro, what?
And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Let's take the elevator. I didn't even see the elevator. Oh yeah, wait a minute. This is
Good
to the
Stanley,
confusion
I'm
ending.
glad
I
you
remember
found your
the
way here. I knew you'd find this
the-
place eventually.
what the fuck?
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before.
Fuck you, I like the
Yes,
bucket.
I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the adventure line? We could make the adventure line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
I can go into the broom closet again. I mean, alright, also that's cool.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well. Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
Never. I will never give up my bucket. Fuck you.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer. I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
Aw, can I turn it off?
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
Fuck the fans. Damn! I died. Motherfucker!
The Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
It's like some Halo music. So was that it? Alrighty then. Fucking shit. Oh my god, I don't know what the hell's going on in this game. Yeah, the homie's still playing Sea of Thieves. I mean,
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed. The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
I want my bucket again.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge
So
was simply the
go
place to be. And here it
completely
was. Had the
straight.
bucket turned out to be correct? Was it? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Don't lie. If you're lying right now, stop. Haha. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse, 1,000. Penalty for jumping off, 5,000. But if you jump off, you
Good,
die.
said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to
there
think
is
about
no
this obvious
walls.
fact.
Can I jump
He was
here?
firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
No, I didn't.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point." Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
What the fuck? Okay, I'm in here.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket? Incorrect. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Oh.
Item 2. Is this a bucket? Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket. Item 3. Is this a bucket? Incorrect. This is a bucket.
What the fuck? Holy
Item
shit.
4. Is this a bucket?
Fuck yeah.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one. Is this a bucket?
No.
Incorrect. This is a bucket.
Motherfucker, what?
Item 6. Is this a bucket? Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
The fuck?
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. Should be around here somewhere. Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something, and therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket?
Sure.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence, and yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry, but I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely. Okay, here we go.
You took my
What
bucket
happened?
away.
Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
What? Yo, this game is getting into
All
some
of his
like
co-workers were
fucking
gone. What could it
philosophical
mean?
shit.
Stanley decided to
Making
go
you
to the
think
meeting room.
like a motherfucker.
Warmth
Give me my
spread
bucket.
through Stanley's arms.
My bucket.
With the bucket in his arms again, he was home. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
See what happens if I just jump
No,
off the lift.
Said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yeah, good.
Said the bucket. But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
What the fuck? That's great.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
Oh, different dialogue.
Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was no, never mind. The bucket
Alright,
was
so now
wrong.
let's use the cargo lift
Stanley
and go all
took
the
the
way
door on
across.
his left to go back to the meeting room.
Unless maybe there's something new.
No,
if I jump off
said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes, good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Okay.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
What if I don't want to pick up the phone? I mean, it looks like this bitch is plugged in. Can I unplug it?
Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone?
Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking.
That's funny.
Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket. Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
What the fuck?
What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm dunny with the funny" now.
What the fuck? I'm dunny with the funny? What the fuck?
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence and will very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
Okay. So you have safety.
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
Also, my bucket doesn't have the picture of the bucket sticker on it no more. I just realized that. It just says property of Stanley now.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left. What? We're back at the phone already? No. What's going on? There was supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point, a dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land, or not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the 2 doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again. Yes, surely that will help me improve my...
The fuck?
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Nope. Phone room again.
What? We're back at the phone already? No.
What the fuck?
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left. What? We're back at the phone already? No. Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left. No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you...
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes. Well, let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No? Still not? Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame? Pale... What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so metal. I think I saw it playing guitar. No. We're getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional videos. Let's see.
What the fuck? Yo, homie was going insane. Yeah. Yo,
All of
the
his
homie was
co-workers were
going
gone.
insane.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
like
he
it's
had
got my
simply...
sticker
The
on
good
it
old
again.
bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket. Off on another thrilling adventure together.
Stanley clutched the bucket
All right.
tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
There anything on the right? Let's
This
go.
was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Let's go this
but
way,
Stanley
jump
had
off the
felt
lift
bucket
again
calling
into
to him,
that door.
telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was.
then we'll
Had
see
the
if
bucket
that
turned
stuff
out to be
changed.
correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
If it
Stanley
didn't
took
change,
the door on
it'll
his
just
left
reset
to go
me
back to the
again,
meeting
you know.
room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Oh, you know
Stanley
what?
did
Let's
not
answer
question
the
why
phone.
or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
In here, said the bucket. Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Now pick up the phone,
said the bucket.
Okay. I did. Now what?
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
I'm not gonna lie, this is a nice little apartment. Shit. I mean, almost anything would be better than where I live. Oh, hey, Bucket. Hello, Stanley. It's me, Bucket. Press C to take me to work with you. C.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
How? X to take me back home with you.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
P to go back to work.
Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think, it can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
K for us to go back home. Don't listen to the loud man.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Ignore anyone in your life except for me.
It's sad, but I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? Q to go back home.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more...
Hey, bud, what you
trying
watching?
to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting
Should we
liquid.
sit down and watch it together?
Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
To relive this same day with me over and over.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
To go home, to work, to home, to work, to home. That sounds like my real life. What you mean? Don't be getting real with me, game.
Oh no. I'm having feelings.
Am I?
For the bucket. No.
Am I making it a romantic
Why do I want to be with the
setting?
bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes.
Yes.
The bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation.
It is be a lovely night.
Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it. Give it to me now. Give it, or I'll...
Go back to work, Stanley. Say close your eyes and then go back to work, Stanley. Okay. So...
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing?
Well then. So that's a lot of different endings. I might leave it there for the time being. I really want to know what all that input stuff is. And we might find out what other endings we can do. We might even go through some of the original endings if it lets me get back to the original ending. Excuse me. But yeah, I think I'm gonna leave this right there. I'm gonna probably go play another game, maybe See If Thieves or something. I don't know. 7 Days to Die, maybe. I've been playing the shit out of that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed it, please be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you're on YouTube. Hit the follow button if you're on Twitch. And follow me on all of my social medias in the About sections of both YouTube and Twitch. I don't, well, just follow me on Discord and TikTok. I'll just say that. Follow me on those. I use those the most, so. So, yeah. Alright. Peace out, everybody. This is so cool. The sequel is now paused. That is so lit. Alright, but yeah.